A guy named Tom out in Ohio was visiting a Tesla service center and actually got to look at a prototype for the refreshed Tesla Model S. And we got some new information for you that a lot of you yoke haters are probably going to be pretty happy about. He got this interior shot of an actual steering wheel and still having the 17-inch landscape center display that we saw. So this is confirmed to be an updated design. He talked to some of the staff there and said that the steering yoke that we see on the website will be optional. I'm still not exactly sure if it's something that you're going to have at checkout, or will you have to take a Model S with a steering yoke to a service center, get it swapped out for a traditional steering wheel. But yes, Tesla does plan on supporting the steering wheel for those who want it, but it's still safe to say this is a prototype because there are exposed wires and there's even some white labels below the smartphone holder that say things like park, reverse, neutral, and drive. So there might be some secret buttons they plan on putting right beneath your smartphone holder, which is weird. You know, if you're putting your phone on the charger, you don't want to accidentally bump the neutral button. So I don't think that's going to be stock, which, speaking of stocks, it appears that on this prototype unit that does have the official steering wheel, there's also no gear stock option. So if you're still worried about not being able to signal or not being able to decide between reverse and drive from a little gear stock, that appears to not be changing. So they're still moving forward with that. I still think it's one of those things where Tesla knows people are going to be hesitant about it at first, but in time they'll eventually get used to it. The car contextually will be able to look at its surroundings and figure out if you need to be going forward and backwards. And there will probably be a few circumstances where you need to override that, but I personally think that at around 90% of use cases, the car will be able to detect the right direction you need to go. And also the material on this complete steering wheel does appear to be a little bit different. On the images of the yoke on the website, it looks like the capacitive buttons around the scroll wheels are a bit more of a matte finish, whereas there seems to be more of a piano black finish on this prototype. So again, no confirmation that that's the official material they're choosing, just something I'm noticing upon further inspection. And the updated design we can also see in these pictures from the outside with the chrome delete in effect and the updated fog lights. Certainly a more mean, aggressive stance for the Model S. And currently Tesla employees have been reaching out to people who have reserved both the Model S and X and said to expect deliveries to be sometime between February 15th and March 15th, which could mean that this video I'm posting now might become dated very quickly if the first Model S and X with the updated design deliveries start like in the next couple days. It's honestly very possible now. And Elon said we should expect first deliveries at least of the Model S to be by the end of this month, and said that the Model X would be more in March. But it is quite exciting to finally get some confirmation from Tesla employees that the yoke will be an option. If you guys have been keeping up with videos, you know that I'm a big fan of the yoke, and ever since this new design has come forward, I've been driving my car pretending the top piece doesn't exist. But I also mentioned in that video, I have nothing against options. I want people who want a full wheel to have that option if they so desire, and I'm glad that Tesla is listening. At least it sounds like they're listening. I mean, maybe this service guy was speaking out of turn and didn't really know if it was going to be optional or not, but perhaps Tesla is merely just experimenting with having a full wheel for those demographics that may decide that the yoke is unsafe and it's in fact illegal. But so far, at least, several countries in Europe have deemed that the steering yoke is legal, and as far as we can tell with current research, I don't think it's illegal in the United States. I know a lot of people say it is, but I've not seen any complete written law that says specifically they can't make cars like this. And Tesla and Elon have confirmed that they are mass producing the Model S redesign as we speak. So I don't think they'd be mass producing it if they knew it was illegal. And I must also just add, the steering wheel design they're showing looks great, and I hope that updated design finds its way onto Model 3s and Model Ys, or perhaps even the Cybertruck for those who want it in good time. There definitely seem to be a lot of people in my YouTube polls that actually prefer the yoke on the Cybertruck. But don't get me wrong, I still want options for everybody, so you can do what you want to do with your car. You're paying a lot of money for it, you better get exactly what you want out of it. But yeah, I'm very excited to actually see this interior in person, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this updated design. Do you want the gear stocks to also be optional at this point? Because it appears Tesla is kind of listening to what a lot of people say. So whenever there's a very vocal opinion on something, they're usually willing to make a change. And I know some people want like a override backup that's not on a touchscreen to go in reversed or to go in drive. And something Model Y Mike noticed is that this updated design with the capacitive buttons has a microphone, and on the traditional Model 3 and Y, you have to hold in on the right scroll wheel to actually activate dictation and voice commands. So the fact that now that is a capacitive button, maybe if you're in a situation where the car wants to go backwards or forwards and you want to override it, you'll just be able to hold down that scroll wheel, and instead that can activate reverse or drive. Of course, it would only work at low speed, so it's not like you could accidentally go in reverse if you're going 60 miles an hour down the freeway, but just saying there could be some other overrides we're not aware of in case some people don't like the automatic switching between reverse and drive. But Elon has said he's been using prototypes that do it, and once you get used to it, it becomes annoying to have to change the direction of the car yourself. And honestly, I kind of believe him, because there's a lot of things Tesla has done that initially when they were unveiled, everyone said, "Ooh, that's annoying, I hate that." And then as more and more people start adopting to it, it starts to become the norm, it becomes the standard, and then we don't even think about it. So Tesla's got a good track record with figuring out what people are going to be used to before they know they like it. So I can't wait to see these things on city streets. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have an excellent rest of your day. Take care.